Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to Dear Sybersue. Today's topic is when texting causes misunderstandings in dating and relationships. Texting is a huge form of communication today, which can cause a lot of confusion and mixed messages, especially if you have different communication styles. Some people are very open when they text and have no problem conversing in a creative way. Some people are a little more closed off and aren't as emotionally available in the early stages. So this can cause a lot of complications. If one person is more expressive and prolongs the text message in a communicative way, and the other person answers very curtly and short, this will cause problems. So right from the start, when you're meeting somebody new, you have to have a similar style in how you text one another. Otherwise, there's going to be so much up and down with what you're thinking and feeling with this person. Most people have good intentions when they're texting, but their message might get lost along the way and how they deliver it. And so the other person at the other end is saying, what did that mean? I don't really understand what they were saying here. There's nothing wrong with questioning what they're saying. To say, I'm not understanding that last message. Can you elaborate? And then when you do see them in person, then you can talk about it face to face. What is important to you when texting communication is going on? How much time is okay in a delayed message back to each other? What is going to make somebody feel insecure and what is going to make somebody feel really good about how things are handled? If that's all you have for a communication system in the beginning, you have to be very, very on board with each other and on the same page, or you're not going to go anywhere. It's going to start getting lost and it will fizzle. I personally really like texting rather than always being on the phone, because for my job with coaching, I am on the phone a lot. So I have learned how to text very creatively, get my message across quickly, and do it in one text. Not 5 texts that sound like a friggin' pinball machine going off. Get your message out there quickly, because if you're texting somebody and they're at work and you're taking 5 or 6 texts to get that message out to them, it's going to be very time consuming and they're not going to appreciate this after a while. So understand, you don't want to be a serial texter when you're dating somebody. You don't want to be one of those people that come across a little bit needy or wanting to stay in touch all the time. You want to be secure enough within yourself that you're not questioning every text message as a problem or as, are they still interested? What's going on here? And that's where the misunderstandings come in, because you haven't established texting etiquette between the two of you. It can be really awkward when you do have different communication styles, because you might be more of an emotional texter where they're sort of a bit more closed off or very to the point. And so sometimes it can sound like they're shutting out your conversation, but that's just who they are and how they communicate. That doesn't mean you can't work through that when you spend time together in person. But through texting, this can be a make or break situation. Because if it happens all the time and you're sitting there going, well, why aren't they texting me back right away? Why are they answering me so short? Like there's not a lot of conversation going here. It's because you haven't found a way to establish a great communication system with each other. Unfortunately, when this happens, early assumptions can be made. And people start writing each other off really quickly because they don't feel there's a compatibility here. It's not really that there isn't compatibility, it's just you haven't found a way to communicate in a way that works. That is one of the biggest problems with why dating gets so stuck sometimes. And people don't go to the first, second, third date because they haven't got past the texting stage yet. There are also red flags with texting that you should be aware of. If somebody is taking 2 or 3 days to answer your last text, that's not really considerate, and it certainly doesn't make you want to jump to see them. So understand that if somebody is picking and choosing when they want to answer you back, they're leaving your messages on read, whatever you call it, but they're not getting back to you, that is disrespectful, because they're putting you on hold and doing whatever else they're doing in the meantime. So be aware of these things too, because that's not really a misunderstanding. That's a blatant way of ignoring your text. And we all have busy lives and we all have things going on, but it takes 2 seconds to tell somebody that. By putting them on hold, not getting back to them is really, really not kind. And it makes people really hurt because they think, well, I just put all this energy into texting with this person and now they're just sort of shutting me out. So know when it's not okay. Understand that when you have a good rapport with somebody and things are going in the right direction, you're very considerate of each other. You're not leaving each other hanging. It's also good to have these conversations when you're in person with them. So you get to the first or second date and just say to them, what I really like about our texting is we do this. Or what I would like to see a little bit different is if we are having a busy week, that we let the other person know ahead of time. So we're not sitting around going, uh-oh, what happened there? Did I say something in the text last time they didn't like? And then people become insecure about it. You don't become insecure in a new relationship if you communicate. You don't want to be second guessing everything all the time. So that's another red flag. If you have to sit down and wonder all the time, does this person even want to get together for a date? Is this person interested? Or are they just serial texting me and having no plans to get together? Those are all red flags that are deal breakers, and that is the time to question and walk away. Texting can be a problem because it removes the tone of the voice. It removes the body language that you see when you're with somebody in person. The inflections of the voice that show happiness, sadness, or whatever. Those are all missing when you text. And that's why you have to be so understanding of how people feel when they read your text. So a few of the texting misunderstandings are things like one-word answers. Another one is, as I mentioned earlier, delayed messages. You send them a good morning text at 9 a.m., they get back to you at 9 p.m. So there's no thought in there. There's nothing for them even to take 1 second out of their day and say, oh, that was so nice to receive that message this morning. I hope you have a good day. On the other side of the coin, don't assume if somebody doesn't get back to you right away, it takes them a few hours, that they're pulling away from you or they're ignoring you. Sometimes it's as simple as they're at work and they're in a meeting. If it's bothering you, question them and say, can we sort of establish some sort of boundaries with how we want to go forward with this? Do you mind me texting you during the day? Would you prefer that I wait till you get home from work? Just communicate this with each other so you're both seriously on the same page. You don't want to start a relationship off feeling insecure. Try and curb how much you are talking to somebody in the beginning, what you're talking about as well. Don't be giving out too much information too early. Let them get to know you slowly. And one thing I really want to point out is please reread your texts before you send them. Autocorrect has a really bad way of showing up when you least expect it. Plan a coffee date within the first couple of weeks. Don't text for months on end without meeting somebody, because it's just a bit of a game for them and you're getting caught in it. Have some self-respect and just say, do you want to get together? If not, I'm going to move on because I'm looking for more. When you want to talk to the person a little bit more, rather than going back and forth in a texting chain, pick up the phone and call them if you can't get together. It's really important to be creative as opposed to generic when you are putting words across to somebody. And pay attention if somebody is being hurt by some of your texts or feeling very confused about where you stand with one another, always be communicative with them so they know what's going on. Thank you so much for tuning in to Dear Sybersue today. Please leave any comments you have and subscribe. And any show topic ideas, I always love to hear from you. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.